Hi everyone, it's Sarah from RHM1714 and today I am going to be reviewing this cream microwave from Hobbs. Now this Hobbs microwave is compact compared to many of the other options, yet it is quite spacious within. The glass turning plate inside, which you can see here, has a diameter of 24.5 centimetres. So diameter is all the way across like that. So it should give you some idea of the size dish that you could use. It's still too small for our largest plates, but it's definitely ample for most needs, certainly ours as a family of 4 using a microwave regularly. Now it may not be obvious from the images online, but you can certainly see here on this video that the microwave actually has a mirrored reflective door, so it does require regular cleaning as fingerprints show up really well. But my 3-year-old has had hours of fun pulling faces at himself, so the benefits have been more than just food reheating for us. We have the cream coloured microwave, as most of our appliances are cream, so it looks classy and it's well placed out on display in the kitchen, as you can see here. It's not an eyesore at all. Usually we have our microwave on a shelf with a cupboard, with a space around it obviously, so that it's hidden away. I'm not sure that this will be an option for us with this one unless we remove a shelf, as this microwave has vents on the top and on the sides, and so it requires 30 centimetres free space above, which is basically like the size of a ruler, and 7.5 centimetres free space either side. So I guess it's a good job that it looks nice, isn't it really? As far as I can tell from my own measurements, the depth of this microwave, as is displayed in the additional information online, includes the handle on the door. So this wasn't obvious to us when we were choosing the appliance. When it talked about the measurements, we didn't know whether it was just to here and then the door was extra. So we just had to hope that the handle wasn't an additional extra to the measurements. But when I've measured it, I think that does seem to include this. The lead that comes with the plug that you can see here is only 1 metre long. So it's too short to reach our floor level plug when the microwave is on top of a unit like it is here, but it's certainly ample if you were to have the microwave on a kitchen worktop with similar level plug sockets. So now setting the clock time, which is on here, is really simple. It has its own clearly labelled button down here which says clock, and the dial here turns to increase and decrease the numbers, which are then shown on the screen. So it's easy enough to figure out if you lose the instructions in a few months and need to change the time. So you would basically press the clock, it says 24-hour here, and then you turn it up and down on the dial, so 11, then press it again, 11, so it's, what is it now, 11:34, and then press it, and there we go, now the clock is set. Now the power output on the microwave is 700 watts, although it doesn't show that anywhere on the actual microwave, so this is knowledge that you would have to retain. The power level can be changed from 100% down to 20%, so you press the power level here and you can see 100, 80, 60, 40, 20, and then back to 100, and just cancel there. Personally, I prefer to be shown what wattage the power is rather than a percentage of the full cooking power. I initially assumed it was just a power button to switch the microwave on. So once you've chosen the power level, the dial turns to allocate the amount of cooking time needed, and this increases manually in 10-second increments. So I'll show you here, if I pressed it for 100%, which is 700 watts, and then I would turn the dial here, and it's going up by 10, 20, 30. There we go. And back down again. So I'm just going to cancel because I haven't got anything in the microwave at the moment, and you should not turn your microwave on unless there's anything in there because it can damage the microwave. If you want to pop something in for a quick 30 seconds or a couple of minutes just without the faff of turning the dial all the way around to the right amount of time, you just press the turning dial and it will start at 30 seconds. I'm just going to give this a go now. There you go, so we've got 30 seconds. Oh, I'm just going to stop and cancel because obviously, like I said, there's nothing in there. Cancel the microwave. Okay, there are lots of options with this microwave, including a weight defrost button here, which allows you to input the weight of frozen meat and then defrost it in the microwave, and it beeps halfway through to remind you to turn your food over. There are 8 auto functions where you can refer to a table, which is in the guidelines, so guidelines book in here, and then adjust the weight for recommended cooking times for certain foods. It's really helpful if you have the booklet to hand and need some advice. Admittedly, it's not something I can see myself using as I tend to heat in stages and then keep checking if I'm not sure. You can set the microwave to cook at different power levels at different stages. I'm sure that this, here look, multi-cooking stage, I'm sure that this is a fantastic option for those who take their microwaving very seriously and require this function for longer cooking times. It's not something I can see myself using personally. There's also an option to preset your microwave to start cooking your food at a certain power and time without you needing to be there. Amazing option if you want to have something cooking and ready for you upon your return, unless, like me, you worry about things like that going wrong for some reason and you like to be around just in case. The kitchen timer here is a great little addition if you're doing something else in the kitchen that requires a reminder, such as boiling an egg or letting your child know that their screen time is finished. Talking of children, there is a child lock function with this microwave, which is handy if you have an inquisitive one who may try and cook his toys whilst your back is turned, or helpfully open the door to get the food out before it's cooled down. So you just hold this stop button down for 3 seconds and it beeps, and I can see that there's a lock symbol on here, and then to unlock I do the same thing. So I'm just going to show you actually. Okay, let's try it again. Interesting, the child lock isn't actually working on this microwave. Okay, let's move on. We'll try that again in a second. So if you suffer from a well-known condition like me called baby brain, then this microwave beeps every 2 minutes after it has finished if you've forgotten to open the door and take your food out or cancel and stop the cooking. One thing, it does seem quite loud. I'm used to a microwave in a cupboard though, so this might just be me, but it didn't wake my 1-year-old up who was asleep in a pram less than a metre away, so it can't be that noisy. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate by putting a cup with a little bit of water in the microwave so you can see the noise level of this one. So I'm just going to do a quick 30-second blast here. So I'm going to press there and it will start. And I'm going to just stop it there. Open the door. Now I'm going to have one more go at this child lock. So I'm just going to stop and cancel there. So what's supposed to happen is you press and hold this down for 3 seconds, and I can see it's beeped and it says it's got a child lock. Okay, so the child lock seems to be so that you can't start the microwave. not so that you can't open the door. Okay, so I guess your child could still put something inside, but they wouldn't necessarily be able to cook anything in there. Okay, fine. Not obvious that that's what it means. Would you think the same thing? I think child lock is like a car. You means you can't open the door. So yeah, I'm slightly confused by that one. I think I will get in touch with them just to check if it's supposed to lock the door as well. I'll let you know in the comments below if that is the case.